Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I want to share with you why I believe that my contrarian view regarding Ripple and XRP hopefully will result in substantial profits in the future. And what got me thinking about this particular topic for this video was this piece from CryptoBriefing.com titled XRP Army's Contrarian Bet and 10 DeFi Apps to Try Today. And so with the price of XRP currently suppressed as a result of the SEC's litigation with Ripple, this article effectively is covering the idea of, okay, what happens if and when XRP is declared to not be a security? What if this primarily, by and large, even if Ripple pays some fines or whatever, what if this goes well for them? What does that mean for the price of XRP? And that's what I want to talk about in this video. Because I personally believe that XRP is the most undervalued large cap cryptocurrency on the planet, bar none. I do want to be clear that I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I simply think it's interesting to talk about these topics, and I'm an XRP holder myself, certainly. And I run this YouTube channel purely as a hobby. That is all that it is, so I want to be super duper clear. All right, let's jump right on in now. The first edition of Crypto Briefing's W News column will unpack the XRP Army's contrarian bet, Bitcoin's historic rise to $40,000, and why institutional investors may soon be turning to Ethereum. Now, as far as the idea of this being a contrarian bet, that could not be more true. It's the minority position, right? As evidenced by market behavior. But I don't want to invest in things that are already obvious winners. Then there's not going to be notable, tremendous upside. I want to find something that I believe in and invest in it, like educate myself on what's going on, understand the risks, and then invest accordingly. And that's my position with XRP to this point. I'm certainly happy to acknowledge, well, maybe happy is the wrong word, but willing to acknowledge, of course, that investing and holding XRP is now more risky than it was before these charges were brought against Ripple by the SEC. It introduces a bunch of unknowns. We don't know how this is all going to pan out. Now, that being said, I am still very long XRP. I am very optimistic for the future, and so it's done nothing to change my conviction. I'm just watching things closely because that matters. But XRP, yes, it's back to moving in tandem with the market, but at a lower price level than it would otherwise be at in all likelihood. That's my humble opinion. And in fact, my fellow XRP YouTuber, the Blockchain Backer, said that if XRP were in line with the rest of the altcoin market, and this was as of a day or so ago, but he said that XRP would be worth now about $2.35. Instead, what is it today? Nowhere near that, obviously. And so I think that a huge chunk of the rally that was impending, I think that it was not only negated, it just caused a ton of panic selling. I don't think anybody disputes that. And even if you factor out Ethereum, because Ethereum, to this point anyway, has accounted for a very large portion of the altcoin run-up, like a huge chunk of it. Even if you take that out, XRP, if you're going to line it up with sufficiently with the other altcoins on the market, that would still give it a price of, I'm pulling from memory, but I believe Blockchain Backer said somewhere in the neighborhood of like $1.30. We're nowhere near that. So here's kind of what I'm getting as I go through this article. Keep all of that in mind, because if we get regulatory clarity and it's not bad law, if it's to the positive, what do you think will happen for the price action of XRP? Because just as it went down on the horrendous news, if we suddenly have some kind of clarity that XRP is not a security and Ripple will be able to continue selling its XRP holdings to build out on-demand liquidity, this and that, what do you think is going to happen? And so that's why this idea of having this minority opinion, and again, when I say minority opinion, I'm like, the market's spoken. This spooked a ton of people. They are out. Okay, and I get it. And I don't blame anybody for getting out based on this admittedly scary news. It introduces a bunch of uncertainty, but the market has spoken to this point. Now, once you get clarity, this is why it could be such an amazing payoff, I personally believe. Admittedly risky to take this route, and so I'm not offering advice to do this or not do it. You do what you want to do. I'm just talking about it because it's interesting to me, and I'm happy to share my position on this. But if this is going to be cleared up to the positive, I think you're going to see an insane rally for XRP. And on top of that, you would see the halting that's occurred on United States exchanges with XRP. Undoubtedly, that would be lifted. You would see United States inflows, institutional money flowing back into XRP, and any cryptocurrency exchange that delisted it presumably would relist it, right? And so it's a massive bet. And it could go horrendously wrong, but I don't think it will. I'm following closely. There's no way to know for sure, but that's why I keep saying it is risky. I'm not trying to scare anybody, to be clear. Like, I'm just being a realist about all of this. It doesn't mean that I'm not confident. If I weren't confident, I wouldn't be doing this. In fact, I think it's way more likely, based on what I'm hearing from lawyers out there, that there will be some sort of settlement ultimately. And it's also true that most claims brought against businesses by the SEC, the strong majority of them never go to trial. So even if they weren't able to come to settlement before charges are brought, maybe it's just to put on pressure, which is a pretty shady tactic, but maybe that is what's going on here. And ultimately, some sort of agreement is found. And if I were at the SEC, again, I would never want to be put in the position where I have to try and convince a judge or jury that XRP today in 2021 is in and of itself a security. Good luck. Good luck trying to convince anyone of that, because the argument falls flat on its face for so many reasons. I'm not going to get into. I've talked about it so much. I'm not going to focus on that in this video. I'm just mentioning it. But let's continue here. Ripple has been under continued fire since the Securities and Exchange Commission lanced a scathing lawsuit against the company last month. Since then, XRP, the digital asset on the XRP ledger, a technology created by Ripple, has plummeted. That part is incorrect. Ripple did not create it. XRP ledger was created before Ripple, the company, existed. So anyway, defining the precise relationship between Ripple and the XRP ledger, too, has become far more important as of late. That's because the SEC is suing Ripple for $1.38 billion worth of XRP is what they sold anyway, which the commission has defined as an unregistered security. Much of it boils down to semantics and legal jargon and will be hashed out in court over the coming weeks to come. I'd say months or longer. Worst case scenario, you could be looking at over a year. I certainly hope that doesn't end up coming to pass, but hey, I'm just going to sit tight. Large exchanges and investment firms soon came out to suspend, halt, or delist trading for their users, further accelerating the decline. In response, the XRP Army has organized a civil action suit against the SEC for damaging their holdings. After Coinbase suspended trading, news broke that they too were being sued by the SEC for their role in selling XRP. The verdict has yet to be decided, of course, but none of it looks good. And it is interesting as far as Coinbase, given that they are being sued as well. Are they going to end up, this is the question, it's interesting, are they going to end up having to argue that XRP is not a security? I would love to know what their legal team has to say about that and what their approach is going to be. It's just fascinating here. Anyway, the ripple effects from the lawsuit haven't only been XRP related either. During the token's descent, Litecoin briefly overtook XRP in market capitalization. This minor flipping reveals the damage to XRP and a unique reminder about the broader market's correlation with Bitcoin. And ONG said, Litecoin's price is closely tied to Bitcoin's price, albeit in a lagging manner. With the huge run-up in Bitcoin price, Litecoin's price in USD has also increased, and it is thus not surprising it has overtaken XRP's market capitalization. Yeah, and so I wasn't really surprised to see that either. As I record this, obviously, it's, XRP has retaken the position. Things happen fast, though, so who knows by the time you're listening to this. But with me being long-term, it's not something that is scary to me. In fact, Litecoin, I'm sure some of you are aware of this, you were around in 2017, it did flip XRP briefly in 2017, at least once, if not 2 or 3 times. And XRP ended up reclaiming the spot and rallying, so on and so forth. In fact, there are a couple brief moments, I can't remember if it's been 2 or 3 times in the history of this asset class, that XRP has taken the number 2 spot over Ethereum. Short-lived, but still. Anyway, CoinGecko's COO added that he didn't predict any short-term recovery, but that could change pending the court case's final result. It's funny, as far as the short term, we've already had a short term recovery. Think about it. It got down as low as 17 cents because of all the fear. And then the people that, they saw blood in the streets are like, ooh, this is an opportunity. And they came in and snatched it up. And then it got up to 35 cents or whatever. And I know it's been bouncing around, whatever. But you kind of get the point, right? That guy's wrong about the short term already. But yeah, as far as the court case's final outcome or settlement, this is of paramount importance. But here's a quote. The Ripple team has an army of lawyers and is very well funded, so they will be fighting this case. The long-term effect of XRP will be highly dependent on the result of this lawsuit, he said. And herein lies the XRP army's contrarian bet. And this is the interesting part to me. If Ripple escapes the SEC's accusations, regardless of whether the crypto community still believes XRP is actually a security, it will see serious price appreciation. Whether XRP holders understand this is hard to say. Well, I certainly understand. I've been talking about that on this channel because it just seems like, to me anyway, maybe some disagree, to me it seems so obvious. It seems tremendously obvious. The price is suppressed. It's back to moving in tandem, but fewer people are willing to participate, so the price is suppressed. That's what's happening right now. And so, once this is all cleared up, holy freaking out. And it doesn't mean that it can't rally without it. Like, it's moving in tandem. I'm just saying you'll get a lot more people willing to jump back in once this is cleared up. And so that's where that's what I'm talking about. We're talking contrarian bet. We're talking about the minority viewpoint. And if the minority is right and this goes the way that I think and hope that it will, then the payoff could be tremendous. It'd be back to the types of price expectations that analysts were looking at and expecting prior to the news of these actions by the SEC against Ripple. Be back to that type of stuff. And if it is indeed the case that SEC intentionally overcharged Ripple and they don't even believe their own claim that XRP is a security, if they're looking to just close this thing up and sew it up within the next few months and settle, maybe they'll come back to the table with some sort of arrangement that would be agreeable for Ripple. It's possible this could happen, before this market cycle's over, which is what I'd hope. But don't forget also that there can be tremendous bull runs outside, like even during bear markets. I'm going to give you an example. There can be tremendous bull runs for individual coins outside of bull markets, even in bear markets, and even outside of the rest of altcoins moving in tandem. Let me give you an example. So even though the market in general does move in tandem, that's undeniably true. Chainlink is a perfect example. I remember purchasing that. It was I purchased Chainlink. I think it was early December, could have been late November, and I probably paid about 25 cents for it. And during the height of the 2017 bubble, I don't remember exactly. You just go back to the charts and look, but I don't know if it got as high as like a buck or two or something like that. It was way higher than 25 cents, but then it went back down and it traded sideways for a long time. And then during this past summer, it may have been, don't quote me on this. I'm trying to get you a rough estimation of when this happened. But so maybe it was, I don't know if it was May or June of last year, before things heated up at all. Chainlink ran from where I purchased it at 25 cents in 2017 all the way up to over $19, while nothing else was running up like that. Chainlink was the winner to that point. Holy hell. And of course it retraced and then it bounced back up. Crypto is doing what it does. And so the reason for me bringing that up is that even if XRP misses this alt season, this market cycle, because the litigation takes too long, it doesn't mean that on its own it couldn't have some tremendous run up if news gets people excited. And I'm not saying that it will miss this market cycle. I'm optimistic and hopeful. We'll see what happens, that there will be some sort of a settlement sooner than later. Wouldn't it be magical if it happens in the next few months? I don't know that that's realistic, but if it could happen that quickly, man, that would really be something. So for me, I'm just going to sit tight. I'm going to hold here because I understand that if what I think and hope will happen is correct, to me, it represents seriously the greatest opportunity, in my humble opinion, out of any large cap cryptocurrency. Like, not even a close second, if this is indeed the case. Which again is not financial advice. I'm just sharing my hopes and my leanings here, but I don't know. I'm always willing to acknowledge, maybe it doesn't go the way I want, it goes to zero. Fine. Maybe it does. I just don't believe that it will. And I'm firm on my stance, and I'm just going to stay the course, and that's it. And you guys do whatever you want. I'm not going to tell you to buy or sell. I'm never going to offer financial advice because I am not a financial advisor, right? But I'll tell you what, I'll just go ahead and wrap it up there. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.